Shalom Mishpaka, how are you doing today? I want to trust that in this time, this period, that you allow the Ruach HaKodesh to lead and guide you concerning the decisions that you have to make. I want to speak on your slaves to the Greeks but don't know it. It's what the Ruach HaKodesh just ministered to me today that I want to share with his children, and I thank Yahuah for giving me the opportunity and giving me the word to wish to go on his people out there so that they can be well informed and make the right decision before it's too late. But before I continue, I'd like us to pray. Yahuah El Shaddai, I thank you for this day, because this is the day you've made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. I esteem your most Kodesh name. I am praying and asking you, Ruach HaKodesh, that as I speak, let me speak only the words you want me to speak to your children. Let me not speak my own words. Interpret this message in the hearts of your children in a way that they will understand it, O Yahuah. So that, because I know you've heard my prayers, so be it, it is done. Now, I just want to take us down a trip, down memory lane. I don't know, those that like to read, I don't know if you've read those Greek storybooks that we used to, as children, we used to read, like Hercules, Hades, and the Trojan horse, the Greek, mites of acts and all those things, and the gods and goddesses that they worship. Well, I've read a lot of that when I was a child, when I was growing up, a lot of such stories. And I used to be fascinated by their history. Now, you'll be wondering, what kind of a topic is this? You're slaves to the Greeks, but don't know it. There's no nation, what do they call it? The Greek nation or the Greece is not the one that is a superpower, blah, 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 blah. It's not part of the superpower and all those things. But I don't want you to forget something. Remember that they were in superpower before. They were the superpower before. And there's something I want you to not to forget. That the Greeks, now I want you to remember that the Greeks were highly superstitious people. If you read the accounts of some of the accounts listed in the Bible, you know that they are highly, highly superstitious. And that not only are they highly superstitious, they are highly religious. Apart from that fact, also they have the what do they call it? They have this agenda to conquer the world and to remain the superpower. They've always had that agenda. Now you say, oh, but they failed. The Greek language is the English language that has taken over, not the Greek language, and they are not a superpower. They've not failed. They actually succeeded. Now let me tell you a little story. Have you ever heard this word, don't trust a Greek? Don't trust a Greek? After that, it came, that phrase came after the Trojan horse encounter, after the Trojan horse story, and then it starts circulating, never you trust a Greek person. I don't know if you've ever heard. Okay, I've been so much into Greek and their culture and the ancient culture and all those things, so there are a lot of things I may tell you that if you've not really been into it for years, you may not know. But if you do some research, if it has not yet been deleted from the internet, you might find some of the things I'm saying. Well, this is straight from the Ruach HaKodesh. Now let me tell you what happened. The Greeks, you know that they do necromancy, they do magic, they do any type of art you can think of. You can get the best magician from the Greek. You can get the best soothsayer from the Greeks. You can get the best necromancer from the Greek. Anything you want, you get the best from the Greek. In fact, in their time, nations from all over the world come down to Greek to consult with their magicians, with their witches, to give them prophecy concerning what will happen. And if a Greek witch or necromancer or whatever they are, or wizard, whatever they call themselves, if they give you any prophecy, it is 100% accurate. If they tell you on this day you are going to die, there is nowhere else you will go to get deliverance. Of course, unless in Yahuah. But there is no other witch that can turn it around. That day, when that day comes, it's not going to be a day before and it's not going to be a day after. Exactly that day, that person is going to die. If they say anything, I don't want to start mentioning Macbeth and all those things. I don't want to go into history because I do not want this video to be unnecessarily long. And I just want to say what the Ruach HaKodesh wants me to just drop. Because yes, as a human, I may be tempted to now like elaborate and all those things, and I do not want to do that. I just want to stick to what she's allowing me to disclose to you. Now, and that is what made the Greeks very, very powerful, made them the superpower and undefeatable. So that the other battle, that battle they were almost losing, it was one of their soothsayers that gave them that wisdom, which of course history distorts everything, on what to do. That Trojan horse wisdom, yes, gave it to them and said, use this to penetrate, and then you're done. And because they are very, very superstitious, they listen to their prophets. I do not call them prophets, soothsayers. And that is why they are always on top of the world, and nations still bow down to them to this day. Now, so what am I talking about? You are slaves to the Greeks and you don't know it. Now, what happened? They received a prophecy that in so time, thousands of years after this time, that they will not be in power. And they are going to be slaves. They are going to be actually destroyed. And they will not be in power. And then now, after receiving such prophecy, they asked their soothsayer and said, then how do we remain in power? If you're saying so time at this time or at this period will no longer be in power but another nation, we want to remain in power forever. We want people to worship our gods forever. We want people to bow down to us forever. We do not want the Greek language to go extinct. Like a lot of other languages have gone extinct as soon as nations went out of power. And then that was why they were advised. They said there is a movement, there is a sect coming following the son of Elohim. He has come to give power back to his people. Now, if you can kill everyone following him, including his son, this is the prophecy they received, and take hold of every manuscript, everything that they have written, every account that they've written, and destroy it, and write your own story, then you will still have the world under your control. That is what the solution to their problem that they got. And that is what they did. Mishpaka, I want to tell you this. For some years now, I've been researching the scriptures from Aleph to Tav, from Genesis to Revelation. And I have encountered the original manuscripts of the Torah. But the renewed covenant, the second covenant or the renewed covenant, which you call the New Testament, could not find a single one written in a language that Yahushua was speaking in that time. All of them were Greek. And I kept searching and kept asking Yahuah. Of course, you know, the creator of the Shamayim and earth knows everything. I kept asking the Ruach HaKodesh, what happened? Is everything lost? And then it was revealed to me that no, the original is there. But the people guarding it because they are the very last ones remaining. Because yes, you cannot hide from the presence of Yahuah. But that this is what the Greeks has done. And that is why, look at the New Testament. They changed the name. Yahuah has given me the permission, Yahuah, for the sake of teaching to mention certain names. They changed the names, all the names in the New Testament, to their gods and goddesses. First and foremost, they changed the name of the Son of the Most High, Yahushua, to the name of their God, the one they were worshipping in the from Zeus, Jesus. They changed a lot of things. Look at the births of Jesus that they gave there. Is it the same thing? Then they worship these 12 zodiac signs and all those things. Then they put it now the 12 apostles. They replaced everything that they worshipped and served, but changed the names. The only thing that everything remained the same. The only thing that they did was that they changed the names to just suit into it. Now, my brothers and my sisters, if the Ruach will lead you, if your spirit is strong enough to research into such things and not get corrupted, then you can, otherwise your Ruach will bear witness with me that the story about a woman, a virgin, giving birth to a son and all those things, also, I don't want to mention other gods. It's exactly, that story has been there before even Jesus was born. It has been there. Then watch what they did. They actually maintained their history in the renewed covenant, what you call New Testament in your Bible. Check, do research on the Greek history and find out what I'm telling you. So I want to tell you this. If you're still calling on that name Jesus, if you're still believing those stories, they say never trust a Greek. Never trust a Greek. If you still trust the Greeks with their notoriety and with all they've done in the past, and not Yahuah, your creator, and not his Torah, on the day of judgment, you have no one to blame but yourself. If you still trust a human being, have you ever asked yourself, why is the New Testament written strictly only in Greek? It is their only way to maintain in power and to maintain that language. That is all. But the Old Testament, you can find the pictograph. We can find the what did they call it? The Paleo-Hebrew in some of them. We can find also the Hebrew, the ancient Hebrew writing. We still find, I found, yes. By His grace, I found them. But not the New Testament, nothing, nada. They destroyed every one of them. It's just the Greeks that did that. They destroyed every single account written in the Paleo-Hebrew language. They destroyed it. Because if, no, the people say no, it's because the Greeks, they were in power, the disciples knew how to write Paleo-Hebrew. It's not so. It's not so. If the first covenant, which in your Bible is called Old Testament, which of course is, you see how they renamed everything? It's at the original terminology is the first covenant. Now, if the first covenant language, pictograph, and hieroglyphics and what the Paleo-Hebrew is still maintained, which is far older than the renewed covenant. If those manuscripts can still be found, then it's something not fishy with the New Testament. Rather, the ones that should be lost should be the first covenant, not the new covenant. The new covenant, at least the Hebrew language, Paleo-Hebrew writing should be discovered. Not the first covenant, but is that of the first covenant that is discovered and not the one of the renewed covenant. My brothers and my sisters, I'm telling you this directly. The Greeks has done this. And Yahushua prophesied this, that there is one coming after him that the world will heed to. When he comes, he's not going to come as a lamb. He's going to come as a lion and with judgment, and his judgment is coming. There are a lot of warnings and a lot of videos that I have done and Yahuah wants me to do. I'm actually not keeping up with the pace at which I should even release the video. But He's going to give me the grace. I have this urgency in my Ruach to do this. And to get out a lot of messages. A lot of messages out. And I feel time is very, very short. We are already out of time. That's how I feel in my spirit. I don't know what else is coming. But what I know is that something is coming. Something great is coming. Apart from Yahuah's judgment, something is coming for His children. He's got something planned out for His children. Meaning that we may not be available. Those of us warning the people here on earth, we may not be available again. We may not be easily accessible. But I just pray that you pray about this thing that I've this revelation that I've got, and ask the Ruach HaKodesh to reveal more to you in a way that you understand and enable you to make the right choice before it is too late. Shalom, and may the shalom of Yahuwah be with you now and forever.